What's up, everybody? Justin here. Impact Wrestling World Title match getting ready to end. I'm going to do a short reaction to it, and then I'll get into my Impact on Pop Under Pressure review.
Play Austin Aries. What is Pentagon Jr. going to do now?
Pentagon has Aries on the apron,
No fear.
trying to package pile drive him.
Or the fear factor on the apron?
Aries breaks out.
And Aries.
Aries has him on his shoulders.
Deep here. This is just about
Pentagon.
Oh, great counter.
Another counter by Aries.
Aries back inside the ring, trying to turn Pentagon over for a neck breaker. It connects.
Neck breaker over the second rope by Austin Aries.
Pentagon Jr. might be out on his
Austin
feet.
Aries is the challenger. Pentagon is the Impact World Champ.
You talked about his strength earlier. Aries counters.
So pinfalls and Aries finisher on the floor. Last chancery on Pentagon. Referees up to 5 count.
I think he knows exactly what's happening. He saw an opportunity to work on the back and neck. He's got to get Pentagon back inside the ring.
Count out.
This match is over. What?
Aries cannot get him back in.
Aries held on to the...
It's a double count out. And it was a world title match. That's kind of dumb. I don't like
It's
that.
over. Well,
Aries going like this. No, no.
take it any way you can, but
Aries on the mic. Aries says this bullshit. So he bleeped it out.
There needs to be a decisive winner. There's only room for one champion in this place. So, guys, the cojones, I say let's restart this thing right now.
wow.
I agree. Let's restart it.
Aries wants to keep going. And
World title's on the line.
let's get a winner.
Can't end like that. This is not WWE pay-per-views where they end title matches and disqualifications, and or they end WWE title matches in double countouts.
Aries another forearm. Into the jaw, Pentagon Jr.
Which AJ and Nakamura was no disqualification. That makes no sense.
Started that led to the double countout. This time Aries connects.
Death Valley driver to Pentagon on the apron.
Both men are down after this car crash. Watch Aries. Oh.
Pentagon.
The very edge of the ring.
Pentagon almost landed on his head
Back in the ring though
on the
now
apron.
to win the
The
championship.
apron, the hardest part of the ring.
And they're back on the apron. Go try it again. Pentagon firing away.
Try a Pentagon driver on the apron.
The fear factor.
Oh, he hit it. Aries is out. Pentagon's laid out.
Pentagon Jr.
They're on the floor. They can't get up. Vicious.
Champion and challenger still down.
Vicious package pile driver to Aries.
From Aries that was much worse. And Aries isn't moving. Referees at 6.
Another count out is coming.
The champions to his knees.
8, 9,
They're not going to beat the count.
10
They're not
count.
gonna beat the count.
Count it out again.
Now it's over.
Result of this contest is a double countout.
Still a better finish
Will retain the
than
championship.
Nakamura AJ was at
Saw
Backlash.
everything under the sun, Josh. Not surprising they couldn't get back.
At least the match was restarted.
No, Austin Aries, esto es la muerte. Esto se tiene que definir hoy. ¿Quién es más chingón? Si tú o yo. Una más.
Says there's going to be one winner, either you or me.
No más. ¿Sabes por qué? Porque yo
Low blow by Aries. The bell ring. The match is restarted. Brainbuster. New champion. 2, 3. Austin Aries. Impact champion once again. I didn't expect that. They just restarted the match for the third time. Referee turned his back. Aries kicked him in the nuts. Brain buster. 1, 2, 3. Pentagon just won the damn title at the April pay-per-view. Redemption. Now he loses it, and it's almost June 1st. I believe Pentagon and Aries are going to have a rematch at Slammiversary for the world title. That was crazy. That's how you end a world title match, by giving us a winner. Because that was crap. WWE did at Backlash, that finish for the world title, that was crap. At least Impact gave us a winner. So anyways, here is my Impact on Pop now. Now it's time for my review. We have a new world champion. Up first, this was Impact on Pop, May 31st, 2018, Under Pressure, special episode. A lot of main event matches, a lot of titles, or 2 titles on the line. I believe 2 titles were on the line. Anyways, Impact on Pop, Under Pressure. This is my review for it. Hope you enjoyed that short reaction I did to Aries Pentagon finish. Up first was Eli Drake against old Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner did a botch, big time botch, when he was on the shoulders of Eli Drake. Eli tried to dump him off his shoulders and I believe throw him into the ropes. So he had a clothesline by the ropes, but Scott Steiner missed the ropes and just fell down and collapsed. Fell onto his feet and collapsed. Scott Steiner, the guy is a legend. The guy was a legend. Part of the Steiner brothers. I'm not a fan of the big Papa Pump gimmick, never have been. I think the guy's nuts. The guy's in a loose cannon. I think he's literally insane. There's something wrong with that guy. He could snap in a split of a second if you would say something to him that he didn't like. Don't ever piss, if you're a fan and you go to a show and see Scott Steiner, don't ever piss the guy off because he'll probably attack you. So, my opinion, Scott Steiner needs to stop wrestling. The guy's really going to injure himself. The guy's bad knees, the guy's bad ankles, the guy's bad feet. The guy's been injured a lot in his career. His entire WWE run in 2002 and 2003, the guy had a really bad injured ankle. And now, I don't know how old he is. I believe he's in his 50s. Might be 56. I don't know. But Scott Steiner, you don't need to wrestle anymore. You got nothing to prove. You're a legend. At least you're a tag team legend. As a singles, I don't consider you a legend, but you're a tag team wrestling legend. Scott Steiner, stop wrestling. You're going to injure yourself really bad. You might end up in a wheelchair. Just stop wrestling. I'm scared for you. And I'm worried for you. You don't need to be wrestling anymore. You're broken down. I don't know if you need the money or what, but just stop. Looks like the Golden State Warriors are making a comeback. They just tied the game up 53-53. I got it on. LeBron is the ball because He's the only guy that could really score on the Cavs. Oh, LeBron got fouled really hard. He's holding his face. I don't know if he's just acting here, but he looks really injured. He got poked in the eyes or something. Draymond Green, shocker, he's the one that did the foul. That guy's pretty crazy. Draymond Green, the guy's a great player, but to go off topic of my impact review, Draymond Green, great player, but the guy's nuts. A couple years ago, he kicked another player in the nuts. The guy's a loose cannon. Draymond really didn't do anything to LeBron. They're showing the replay. He didn't even touch his face. He had his arms up. Was up against LeBron's forearm. But he didn't hit LeBron in the face at all. Just had his arms up. I don't know why he got fouled for that. I guess he has four technical fouls in the playoffs. Anyways, back to my impact on Pop review. Now the Cavs are up by 1. If it goes to Game 7, I think I'm going to do a live reaction to Game 7. Anyways, impact on Pop. Eli Drake defeats Scott Steiner. Thank God, because he should have. Up next, knockouts action. Tessa Blanchard against Madison Rayne. It was pretty good. Went longer than I expected. And I really, really thought Tessa Blanchard would win. She lost. Tessa Blanchard dominated. She owned Madison Rayne for like 80% of the match. In the beginning, they faced off. They were talking trash to each other. Madison Rayne, in the beginning, was using her speed a little bit over Tessa. Tessa's a lot better. I like Madison Rayne, but Tessa's better. Madison Rayne wins with a schoolgirl roll-up. 1, 2, 3. Madison Rayne gets a shocking victory. During the match, this was pretty funny. Don Callis on commentary. That guy's like, I believe he's the president of Impact Wrestling. And I think Don Callis is doing great things for Impact Wrestling along with Scott D'Amore and Sanjay Dutt. I believe they're the creative team. I think Don Callis is doing a damn good job trying to build up Impact Wrestling and get them known again by the fans. Because a lot of fans just stop watching, have given up on Impact Wrestling. Don't give up on them. Give them another chance. Don Callis, the guy's a smart guy, smart wrestling mind. He knows what he's doing with Impact. Scott D'Amore knows what he's doing. They're working with a lot of indie companies, exchanging talent with Lucha Underground. Impact Wrestling is headed in the right direction. Finally, thank God Dixie Carter's no longer there. The guy that's part of Anthem, I believe his name is Ed Norwell or something. That guy's, I believe, running Impact Wrestling. I think that guy Ed at least is smarter than Dixie Carter was. And maybe that guy Ed will just shut up and stay in the background and let Don Callis, Scott D'Amore run the damn company. Because Dixie, I believe, kept getting involved way too much. And she's really stupid. She couldn't manage the company because they kept losing tons of money under her. It's a miracle that Impact Wrestling is still alive because Dixie Carter basically bankrupted the company until Anthem bought them and paid off their debts. So Madison Rayne wins over Tessa Blanchard. That was pretty shocking. Up next, we had Brian Cage. The guy's a beast. Freakishly looking athlete. Kind of like Bobby Lashley, but younger and does more high spots and can fly more than Bobby Lashley could. Brian Cage up against Desmond Xavier. I guess you could call this a knockouts match because whoever won would get a future knockouts title shot. Brian Cage wins. The guy's a beast. The guy's an absolute beast. Brian Cage wins over Desmond Xavier. And Brian Cage looked damn impressive again. I believe he's undefeated in Impact. I think he is. Before the match, they had a video hyping Brian Cage up, and they said Brian Cage, after he won, they said he will now get a future X Division title shot. Up next, we had... What was next? Up next was Austin Aries with a backstage interview with Mackenzie Mitchell. Mackenzie Mitchell. Been in Impact, I believe, over 2 years. She's very attractive. Austin Aries interview with Mackenzie Mitchell talking about tonight's main event against Pentagon Jr. Now we have the Knockouts title on the line. The first title match of the night, Knockouts title, Allie defending. This wasn't just regular Allie, smiling, happy Allie. This was the Demon Bunny Allie. She came out, made her entrance, had Rosemary's face paint, like it goes up to here. She had Rosemary's look and face paint. She had a black t-shirt. It said Demon Bunny. She had like black yoga pants. So this was a different Rosemary. She was in the zone. She was ready for the last rites coffin match. That's what this was. It was a last rites coffin match. The only way to win, put your opponent in the coffin and close the top of it, and then you win. It's basically like a casket match. So it was for the Knockouts title. Allie defended against Su Yung. Su Yung came out. She has a good entrance. Something very different. Kind of, my opinion, Su Young's character is very similar to Rosemary's. And her entrance is kind of the same. But Rosemary does it a lot better, in my opinion. Nobody in wrestling could ever play Rosemary as good as she does. As good as Courtney Rush does. So Su Yung and Allie had a really good match together. They had good chemistry. I wrote down some of the spots they did during the match. Rosemary was laid out at one point. And then she was sat up. She sat up towards Su Yung like Rosemary would sit up from her knees. And she screamed at Su Yung. At one point, Su Yung put her nasty, decrepit glove on. Looks like it had blood all over it. That is a nasty-looking glove. She puts her glove on to try to put her finisher, I believe, is the mandible claw. So Allie is on the apron with Su Yung. They're fighting near the casket. And Su Yung gets thrown off the apron. Allie climbs on the coffin, jumps off it, does a flying forearm, flying clothesline, whatever it was. That was pretty cool. Allie off the coffin to the floor, takes out Su Yung. Then we had Allie super kicked Su Yung off the apron. She fell in the coffin, but she would not stay in the coffin. She would not let the top close. Su Yung gets out of the coffin, puts the mandible claw on Allie. Allie's passes out basically. She's out cold. She still has a mandible claw on her while Allie's laid in the casket, in the coffin. And then she closes the top. I was kind of surprised. I thought it was possible Su Yung may win the title, but I didn't really think she would. Allie loses. Su Yung stands on the coffin with the bridesmaids around her on the floor. Su Yung holding the Knockouts title. Su Yung, the new Knockouts champion. Next we had Rosemary was nowhere to be found, nowhere to be seen. I hope she returns pretty soon. My guess is just fantasy booking that Rosemary will return and challenge Su Yung for the Knockouts title at Slammiversary on July 22nd, 2 days before my birthday. So anyways, up next we had Pentagon Jr. with a promo video where he was speaking Spanish, but they had subtitles in English. By the way, I don't care if Pentagon doesn't know English. Who cares? The guy's a great wrestler and great talent. I could care less if he doesn't know English, because who cares? I don't care. I'm not racist. So after Pentagon Jr.'s promo, they go backstage and they show a short video of some group faction with some X. They just kept showing a circle with an X. It's a new faction, I believe, because they're attacking everybody backstage and nobody can find who's doing it. Well, Sanjay Dutt was the next victim. He was attacked. He was laid out backstage. Somebody's yelling, bring some help over here. So some mystery group faction took out Sanjay Dutt. Eddie Edwards backstage in a promo with his wife by his side. Eddie saying, with his wife there, he says, it's gonna be no ref and no ropes and no rules. And then he goes, we're going to the woods, to his wife. And his wife is like, I'm not going to any woods. What are you talking about? I'm not going to the woods with you. And Eddie says, I'm going to the woods to murder Sami Callihan. That's the exact words he said. I'm going to murder Sami Callihan. Pretty damn funny. I enjoyed that. So up next was main event. I did the end of the main event, reaction. It was a good match. They restarted it twice. Austin Aries kicked Pentagon, low blow with a kick. Brainbuster 1, 2, 3. Austin Aries, your new Impact Wrestling World Champion. Pentagon Jr. had about almost a 2-month reign. He was short of a 2-month reign by, I believe, 2 weeks. 2 weeks short of a 2-month world title reign. Pentagon Jr. is very good. I love watching the guy wrestle and work. I've really enjoyed watching Pentagon Jr. in Major League Wrestling, MLW. Check them out. I'm going to give and promote Major League Wrestling. Check out MLW on YouTube. Just type in MLW, Major League Wrestling. You can watch other TV shows for free on YouTube. So check their wrestling show out. They do every Friday night on BN Sports. But then they upload the show on Saturdays. Usually Saturday around 5, 6 p.m. to YouTube. So check out Major League Wrestling. They deserve a shout out. I love their product. I think it's great. So check out and watch Major League Wrestling. Give them a chance. Also, give Impact Wrestling another chance because they're going in the right damn direction finally. This ends my Impact on Pop Under Pressure review. Bye for now, everybody.